I've got the Hoover 6 here, Hoover 6 Interact. I bet that's not going to be able to hold that, is it? Oh, it is. Right, let's try and turn off. Right, let's see who's going to join. Just so we can shut that fan up. Right, we have the Hoover 6 Interact, AAA Whisper 1600. Oh, that's how you smack the oven. So I'm going to just see. Not sure what's going to come on yet. It says one person's on, I don't know who. Can I actually see? No. Well, here she is, Louise. I have owned her for 4 years this year, actually. So she's now the machine in the kitchen. She's the daily driver. Racer J, while letting it like wash. Yes, I'm learning from Reese. So Louise is currently in the kitchen. I've got a big towel wash to do, but I was just going to see how much we can get in. These are actually the towels I used to throw in the Zanussi, which of course, as you know, didn't end well. Right, so she's going to use Ariel, of course. And I've got a frayed Bentos pie that's just come out the oven. Lenore, and I'm going to throw in some Oxyactive non-bio stain remover from Astonish. Who else we got? Appliance Guy. Need to go to bed for about just until your notification. Good night, mate. Hope you have an exam. Good luck with your exam. Really don't that wash, yeah. Seeing as the neighbours can't hear this, do I need a colour run sheet? Yes, I do. Now that's the part where I go searching for where I've put. There they are, colour catcher sheets. Yeah, so I use these because there's some towels in there that might end up running. Right, so let's start, shall we? What's going on here? Just watch the text. Hotpoint WF541G. I quite like the WF541, but it's a sealed top model, unfortunately. Colour run sheet, in we go. So right, let's try and get what's. I'll try and get the bath sheet. The bath sheets are the most important. These are going to take bloody ages to dry though. In that WD-64. Yeah, big blue one. Let's get a yellow one in there as well. Oh, yellow and a slightly dyed green one. She says 6 kilogram, but I know that's not a true 6 kilo. I think I'll just stuff that one in, and that's probably, actually no. What can I get in from this slot? That. Right, that is completely full with just about enough hand room up there. So the rest, they can be done on another wash. Who have we got? Okay, put some, so what I now use, as you guys might have seen, I use one of these for measuring because I can measure out millilitres of 30 millilitres, and then so I'm going to put a bit more in because we're doing a large wash. God, night jack. That's kind of a full dosage of Ariel. Maybe a little bit more because that is a full wash. I am gonna enable the 6 kilogram option so we get better water level. All you get with it is, I think, is about a 15-second timed fill. I'm gonna use this Oxyactive stain remover. Excellent. Right, and here is the conditioner. Lenore Spring Awakening. I'll have my pie in a bit and I can just sit down with you guys and watch. Oh yes, big cap in there, nice. Okay. Right, let's get the screen up now, shall we? So, it's program 1. As you know, Hoover Interact, welcome. I do love that interact. A late night interaction. Takes a while. I'm going down to London tomorrow to see Mum, so I'll be able to probably see the Miele. Right, white cotton, 90 degrees, heavy. Oh, just flash something. 1600 RPM. Funny though, it is listed as 95 here, but obviously it's 90. I love the blue display. I love the fact it's the only machine I know that has a display at this part. So I'm going to enable 6 kilogram wash. Maybe extra rinse. We do 4 rinses as opposed to... Yeah, we'll do a nice long wash. Alright, and we start them. Setting washing parameters, please wait. So 2 hours 33 it says, but this can cut down time if needs be. It take a while. There we go. And I love the fact that as that fills, the boiler kicks in, and you can see the boiler heating up the water. So it goes in at about 27 degrees and then heats up rapidly. So water's at 51 degrees now. The water hits about 60 here straight away, or that's, yeah. There we go. Oh hi, what is it in your location now? Hoover SIX. Please wait with giggle, I don't know why I had... Yeah, I find it, even at the end, it will tell you, please wait for door to unlock. Is it, well, probably to stop people tugging on the door, because a lot of machines are broken that way. People do stuff like that. Let me get my chair, wherever it is. Oh, it's here. Oh, I've got 5 days off work now, which is nice. There you go, so that's now heated. Yeah, that water's between 50 and 60 going in there. What's what have we said? I know it's easy to read just like a TFT display. Yeah. That's going to be a while before that absorbs all that. Again, we don't tumble while filling, which is annoying on this. Well, we do during the rinses. But yeah, 6 kilogram wash and extra rinse. I've had this machine over 4 years, that's crazy. Nearly 4.5 years I've had this machine for. And she's 25 years old in November. Did you only start streaming? Yeah, hop on level 1400. Yep. About, how long are we going for so far? 8 minutes. Yeah. That will take a while to absorb it. Right, let's get this pie out the oven. I'm hungry. I'm starving. Hungry like the wolf. That'll do lots of more topping up. I doubt she'll drop any time off though. So I've selected 6 kilo and extra rinse. What are we saying? Let's try not to burn myself on this. You can see out there. How's that for a chicken gravy pie? Frey Bentos, and I think we'll have, yeah, an old moot cider tonight. I bet we have that. Oh, that's clicked for something. Lovely. Nom nom nom. Move. I've got none of the decent forks. Where are they? Oh, top up. There we go. Nice, enjoy your pie. Hey, hello Matt. Yeah, Frey Bentos I like these. I went and just got it from, well, I don't know. I got this from, where did I get it from? Farm Foods. I'm not the biggest fan of Fray Bentos. My God, that is steaming hot, that pie. Bloody hell. That's like lava. Why don't you stream the Becco? You are aware the Becco's been sold. It got sold Sunday morning. Add Q&A, sing in the shower. Absolutely I do. I have a Bluetooth shower speaker that is designed to work in the shower so it doesn't get affected by water. Had it for about 6 years, I think. 6 years. Yeah. And I always have it. You can hear me singing Duran. Usually Duran Duran in the shower is what it is. Farm is a great shop, yeah. Oh, Hot Point would have been fun. Yeah, Knife Pro would have been fun with this. I just want to make sure all the machines get their chance in here at some point. Well, the A3060 can't because the drain hose can't hook onto the sink, so I have to just hook her out on the end. But that, yeah. A lot of topping up. See, this is why I wish we had a jet. The export models of these have jets and they do distribution wash. I just shorted the Bosch Series. I should check that out. I'm on my other iPhone, so I can look on YouTube on my main phone. If you guys want to throw some things in the Q&A, by the way, on here, I don't mind that. How long is cycle? It says 2 hours 27, but we're still sensing. This takes about 20 minutes to sense the load. We're still topping up, but the cycle's longer because I've selected 6 kilo wash and extra rinse. Why is this thing falling? The bloody tin of this is so hot, it's unbelievable. There we go, so we're still topping up. But here is meant to be the time of the day. That actually now tells you how long it's been washing for, so that's what I do like. So if you do a whole day of washing in this, it will add up all your time that you've used. It's quite fun. I can see some suds there, I can. This never gets over sudsed. I've only once had a suds lot. This one was British made. The jet ones are from the international factories. Yeah. Because there's a Maytag version in Australia. And it's of the AL130. It's the 1300 version. But it's an Interact. And it has a jet. And it does spin rinses. But saying that, Matt, there is down here, there is actually a cutout in the seal for a jet. Like there's a small section that's been cut out of the drum rim for the jet. So I find that interesting that there's no, I haven't seen any attachment. Yes, it's the full load of, well, as full as we can get the machine with towels, yeah. I have 4 more that need to be done here. I mean, they're going to take bloody ages to dry though, they are. But yeah, these are British made. They're just, I think they're British made, but they're candy made. So like they're the last British made Hoovers. Well, I think the Hoover Nextra are. So what's funny about this is the machine's called a AAA Whisper 1600. Yeah, it has a standard brush motor. All it is. You have Indusat IWC. I don't have any modern machines in my collection apart from a Miele W Classic. I only have one Indusat in my collection, and that is an Indusat EcoSense from the 1990s. I had that in the other week. Didn't manage to get a video out because I wanted to get something of it with a bigger drum in there, so I thought I'll have the Hoover SIX in. I don't know why these motors do that. Even the it's a CE set motor. It does this pulsing thing. I've noticed the Arison and Indusats do that as well, that were on the same time as this. Next after this. Oh, Matt's remember. Next after this when they were production, yeah. I mean, the Nextras were just basically an extension of the Six. They just slightly altered the programming and the look. I did have an extra, but the funny thing is now, I haven't really seen a lot of Nextras around. There's one in Manchester that's completely rusted. Yeah, they're still topping up. There we go. Boiler's kicked in. Yeah, we're tumbling a bit better now. That's normal. The Ariston Margarita I used in Australia did that as well. It's something to do with the C set motors, it is. It's nice, this is. I haven't done a live stream in this new place, so I thought I'd do one. It's nice just to be able to have one in the kitchen and whatnot. And then the WD-64 is hooked up in the bathroom as a dryer at the moment. Until I know what I'm doing about a dryer situation. So it can only dry about 4 towels at a time and that. Which is what I know this is going to... But overnight, I just leave the machine, it's fine. Hi, Januk. Nice to see you live, yeah. Thought I'd go live a bit more, seeing as Reese has been on recently. I think Jack's been on as well, so I thought I need to go live again. Could say it's nice to have you all here to interact. I remember that's how I gave away this machine to someone and they still didn't know what I was on about, and I wrote interact and they're like, I'm going to go live on TikTok. That'd be fun. What the hell? Who's that? Craig. Hey Craig, how are you? I just got to this live. What cycle are you doing? What options and modifiers? Yeah, it's Cotton's Program 1, Cotton's 90 heavy, 6 kilogram wash and extra rinse with a full load of towels. We absolutely are full. Hey Brandon, how are you? Love your videos. Thanks, Craig. Good to see you, wishy-washy guy. How you doing, my guy? Oh, there we go. Now we're flying into the distribution tumbles. This means we're sensing now. Right, let's see if we cut down any time. The load sensor works really strange on this machine. It doesn't kick in straight away. I'm watching your live stream. Oh, cheers, Janet. I feel very, very complimented by that. I'm listening out for the heater. Yep, there's the heater. You hear the clicking. What's the model number of this machine? AAA 160. I'll buddy out later. You are only about 18 minutes into the cycle. So we're just starting to heat up to 90 now. I don't think we cut down. Have we cut down any time? Yes, we have. We have cut down time. No, actually, no, we haven't. Sorry, we haven't. We haven't cut down any time. We won't. What detergent we're using? We're using Ariel biological powder and Lenore Spring Awakening. What these machines recommended. I think Ariel smells the best when drying as well. Ariel's fantastic, but it is not fantastic for money. The price is absolutely dear for it. I got an Asda nearby, and my god, it's like £9 for a 44 wash pot. So I was like, you absolutely kidding me? There's no way I'm getting that. How often does this sudslock? Like never. I've literally only had 1 or 2 videos where this thing ever sudslocked. Even with a full load of towels, that will not sudslock. But you don't want this thing to sudslock because these give up straight away. They cut out and then they just go straight into a rinse. They do not attempt again. I see you. Oh, hello, North Pole. interactive. That's what I love. That's why I love doing live streams. Like, it's live and it means I can chat to you guys. Like, I think someone was just putting some questions in there for me, and I quite like that. I'm just literally sitting here. I'm eating a free Bentos pie, very British, and just sitting in front of a British washing machine. Oh. That's a bit hot. Yeah, no, that was with my work clothes I had. So I had a few polo shirts in there. So I don't know how that managed to happen. Not to answer your question. I don't know much about Hoover. 11,000 subs, what happens then? Mate, I still haven't even really thought about 10,000 subs, let alone 11,000. I don't plan that far ahead. That, again, no, 11,000 is not really a celebration. It'll be for 20, it'll be more actually for 20,000 would be the thing. Not bad because I rarely comment on videos. Oh, I miss seeing your thing. Someone asked me what's my comfort food. It depends. There's two like categories. There's comfort fast food and comfort home food. Home food is something like, I think like super noodles are my thing to have, because if I'm not hungry but I just want something late at night, I'll quickly boil a load of noodles also. So that's probably that. Fast food though, ooh. Greg's is definitely my comfort food. Everywhere if there's a Greg's, I've been to it. 15,000 though, no, 20,000. It once I get to 10,000, it's only every 10,000 subs that I'll do big celebrations for. Fresh farm foods. Found any more machines for the next major milestone yet? No, absolutely nothing at the moment. But the thing is, I don't want to be keeping things like it. I hate getting machines and then having to store them and hide them, because it makes, like, I want to do a video of the whole collection, and at the moment it's perfect because I haven't got anything new to reveal. Greg's is nice. Subway meat? Yep, Subway meatballs. I go to one in Blackburn all the time in the station. They know my face there now. Ever be sure of the luck you've been having these days? See, I agree there, Noah, but there are some things I sadly know I will probably never find. Hoover New Wave is unfortunately one of them. Hoover New Wave, and any chance of me getting my own proper Miele that isn't the W Classic, we kind of established that there's just no option for it. I last had a McDonald's. I had a McDonald's breakfast 2 days ago in Leeds. I had the pancakes, and I nearly thought they forgot my syrup. And I went all the way up to... Last time I had McDonald's was... Bloody hell, Janek. And yet, Manchester's got so many McDonald's. There's like a McDonald's every, like, 2 miles. I've got, like, 3 around where I am. Plus a random Burger King in the middle of a road. My favourite fast food has to be a nice doner. Oh, that's nice. Doner kebabs apparently are good if you've just been out on a night drinking. I don't know why, but everyone seems to say it's the go-to thing after a night out. I'm not a fan of kebab meat myself, but I like some of the burgers from kebabs. You see the Hot Point double eliminate 60 post on my channel, such a rare one. Is it the Millennium Edition one, the Zircon Silver one? That is quite a rare one. Oh wait, no. This has cut down 7 minutes of washing, because we were at 2 hours 27. Or 12 minutes of washing we cut down. We cut down something. Yeah, tell me about the swear Piccadilly Gardens as... No, right, yeah, there is McDonald's there, but also there's like, in that whole area between Piccadilly Gardens to Deansgate, there's about 4 Greg's down one street. Oh, bloody hell, that's like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. No, what I'm saying is, you start Piccadilly Gardens here, where the tram stop is, Greg's. Right? That's my go-to one. You go round the corner, and then just where the tram stop is, There's a Greggs there. Then there's another one across the road, right, where St. Peter's Square is. Then you've also got one by Primark. What the hell is like that many Greggs in one area? Josh or Bread or Morgan. I agree with you, motherboard. This one, even with 6 kilo wash, it doesn't. It only fills for about 15 seconds more. I mean, these are very shy on water. But the mechanical timer ones of these did do higher levels. I think the Interact models are meant to, because they're AAA, they're meant to be like eco-friendly or something like that. You could, yeah, but I don't. That's like against my rules doing all the stuff with pressure switch and all that. But if this had a jet like the foreign ones did, yeah, it'd be so much better because they are supposed to have a jet coming from up here. I'm so annoyed about that. Or even the foreign ones do spin rinses, which I was quite jealous about. I thought, why didn't we, for a brand that's made in our country, why didn't we get the best one? They shame the UK. The Hoover SIX Clark he's got, his one's been scrapped. I've got the parts off it actually. He had a 1300 sportswear one, which is a very rare one of the Interact models. But I took some of the parts off it. It's a pity he didn't have a drawer for it, because my drawer is a bit crooked. Huh. No, it was also the Australian models they did the jets on. There's a Maytag version of this actually. Someone on Automatic Washer had one. I've never seen a video of one though. Surprised Matt and Elliot ain't found one actually. With all the stuff they find. What happened to it? From what I know, I think the spider went on it. Hello, Miele W Classic. Yay! We got someone who's got the name of one of my Miele. Well, my Miele. What am I about? One of my Miele. I only have one. The funny thing is with the heaters on these, you don't really hear them. You just hear the creaking of like the plastic heating up. But this machine, the plastic makes a lot of snapping sounds when it heats up. It's quite scary sometimes. That's it, Aru, that's him, yeah. It was a Maytag 1300 one, it was. And he actually brought it from, I think, Harvey Norman. Or JB Hi-Fi he brought it from. Oh, wow. There's about 5 emergency vehicles I can hear. I saw a police aeroplane hovering over it. Well, not hovering, but like doing circuits over the house the other day. I honestly, God, I'm disappointed with the W Classic, but at the same time, it's like she's my first Miele. It's like a very love-hate relationship. Oh. Ah, well, it's good to have you on here, Miele W Classic. I noticed that when I go live, it attracts very much different viewers than I never have before, so it's nice. Well, what I like about a live versus a premiere is that a premiere is something I've pre-recorded, so I already know what I'm saying in it. But a live stream is nice because I'm here chatting to you guys, so we can actually talk. There you are. You might have just heard that. That's the plastic like creaking. It's the lid. Pressing on over Hoover SIX Inter and washer dryer. And also what I don't like about W Classics, they're W1 programs, so they're really sensitive on sunslocks, and they're very sensitive to balancing. And they do this weird intermediate spin where it only hits 500 and then cuts out. When I was watching a W1 video, I realised, oh, that's why. And of course, my one doesn't seem to have a load sensor, yet Charlie's one does. Sorry, his dad's one does. I don't understand it, but yeah. Chris's one did. The one his parents had has a load sensor. I don't know why mine doesn't. So cycles take stupidly long on that. Sadly not. There's a lot of what have I been finding though? Oh, there's a nice slimline Bosch dishwasher at British Heart Foundation. It was £110. It's down to 80, and wait to see if they're going to bring it down. It was actually a childhood one that my dad had. It's the one at the hot point here. It's got the moving timeline across it. I was going to say that, Noah. So I asked him to search up my mum's W562, and he said, "No, your mum's one doesn't." I said, "So why does it reduce the time then?" I don't think he knew what he was on about. A part of that. That motor's really buzzing, you know. That Bosch dishwasher. Yeah. But what I did get told, Noah, was he told me if I wasn't a collector, the way I had the machine set up in the bathroom would have avoided my warranty. So he said to me, but because you're a collector, I know you're not using it. I was like, shit. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to agree with that. Because especially with Miele, because everything's done by computer on there, I think they feel like they don't need to learn everything about the machines. He knew more about the machines in my collection because he worked for Hoover before and he remembered working on this. How long is the warranty, Brandon? I've cancelled it. Only because I know that I do stupid shit with Miele machines. So I'm like, and a lot of technicians of Miele's, they know when you've screwed around with something on the machine. So I was like, yeah, I'm just going to end it now. Like, hello, Washermania. We got Washermania, we got Appliance Guy, we got all nice names coming up. Yep, they will charge you a lot of money. Especially if I got a Miele like that had a menu in it. There's a lot of stuff I'd go messing around with. And what I got told by John, who worked for Miele, he said they would be able to go through your machine and see what you've touched on there. And I was like, Jesus, I didn't know they do that. He went, yeah, they would. Hey. That's quite a nice pie, actually. What machine Mum get if it died? I would just get her a cheap Indesit or Beko, second-hand one. It's never buzzed like that before. It must be. I think it's the door. Oh no! Oh, that was lovely, but I've just got a bit of gravy on my. What in the hell was that? Nan Samsung, yeah, Nan Samsung one's going strong, but it's looking a bit filthy now. It is. She uses bloody pods all the time and daily quick, or is it daily wash? Yeah, I know I can do that to Mum's Miele, but I won't. Again, modifying machine speed is all against my rules and everything. I'd want an official Miele 1600, but trying to find the right one is hard. Because I never know like which ones are brushed. I don't even know what full ranges we got throughout the early 2000s there. How long the washing in a week? To be honest, neither have I. I've not had time to like be home. Shut. What is it that's buzzing? Oh, it's the drawer. Fair enough. Sometimes it just needs a bit of a push. God knows when I'll last at a wash. The only thing with me is that because everything takes long to dry, I've only got the WD-64 as a dryer at the moment. What I was laughing about was the fact Hoover likes storing, right? He hates washer dryers, yet he's got 6 of them. On the other hand, I'm a guy that absolutely loves wash dryers, and I've only got 1. What we got? Parents always nagging me to do washing and laundry. And that's me when I get home to Mum. I tell her, like, oh, you need to wash this, wash that. You need to do it on this cycle, but... That drawer has never rattled like that before. How's that just getting on with the new hot point? I don't know. I haven't seen them with it. But I'm gonna go down to London tomorrow. If we go over there, I'll have a look. It'd be interesting if they do have it in action. I'd like to try and get a video of it. They've always been with hot point. They've had 3 hot points now. I don't know what they had before. Well, they had what they got now. They had a WDF740. Then they had a WD62 in Mercury. And I never ever once got to see that one on. I'm so mad about. How far is your nearest laundrette? There's loads around here, but none of them have got any good machines. They're all JLA machines, or these like new Speed Queen ones. There are a couple with Ipso timelines, but like I filmed everything possible on an Ipso timeline, so it's like it's really hard to even find a good laundrette here now. Not putting free kind of always find it crazy how many cycles. Well, the thing is, right, here's the point. They're not actually 29 cycles. All it is the dial has... It's just a machine without variable temperature is what it is. So, like, you've got 11 cotton cycles, but all it is different soiling and different temperatures. So if you were to combine all the programs, it probably would only have about maybe, like, 15. I think these ones here, the special programs, I like that one because you've got like the speed wash, which is a 26-minute. Well, it's actually 32 minutes, but it actually does reach 50 degrees. I don't know about if it'll do it on cold, but I know it does have a heating stage. I do have Revolution ones, yes. I've got I've got 3 near me, Revolution ones. They're all slightly different models, but they're all the Primus ones. Do I never decide to part with one of your WDs, especially if you would? No. Both his Zanussi's are too new for what I'd have. I would only go for one Zanussi front loader from the 80s, the ZFL 1023, or the washer dryer version that Witch Washer's got. I'm very, very picky about Zanussi. Yeah. None of his washer dryers I actually like or would want in the collection. Well, I love them, but I would not want them in the. Then they don't confine to like my collection rules or whatever like that. Yeah. Yeah, Becco's gone to a new owner. I've got the empty carcass of the bloody Zanussi here. I've taken out some parts of that I might be able to use. So I've dumped the drum at one end of the road and the bins there and the cabinets at another. Temporary Zanussi off. How's Maloney service? Nah, she's good. She's in storage with all the other machines. Got used on... She was the second one I used in this house. A lot more stable on this floor actually, but still bloody wild. Well, the funny thing is about the Becco, it replaced a newer Becco, a white one. And I was like, oh, okay. But they asked me to install it. I mean, it was sat next to a Candy dryer. Yeah. I was like, you know, hey, they were happy with it. Which Zanussi have you taken apart? What have I missed? I got a Zanussi integrated washer dryer, like a bit like the IKEA Renlig I had, but the washer dryer. Basically, the dryer set itself on fire when I went to start it up because it blew the thermostat in the original owner's house. I replaced it. They have a resettable thermostat. Inside was caked with blankets of dust. You can't dismantle the dryer unit on those. So me being me just went, oh, I'm just gonna take it apart and clean it. Couldn't put the bloody thing back together after that. It literally, when I put it back together, it tore the hose from the dryer to the condenser, and I thought, you know what, fuck this. So I did a video yesterday throwing wet towels into it. It didn't make it past a minute into the video before it literally destroyed its motor. Well, no, it destroyed the motor board. The motor itself runs. It's got a Nidec motor. Yeah. So that just got taken to bits. They are not easy to take apart, by the way. torque screw, it's like they can't decide, do they want to use torque screws, or do they want to use bolts, or do they want to use normal cross screws? It's a disaster. You have to have about 50 sets of tools to like get apart one of these modern Zanussis. Yeah, I did actually cut my arm slightly trying to get the condenser hose back on, so that's why I gave up. I always know whenever I nearly injure myself on the machine, that's time to give up on it, because yeah, there's been a lot of injuries I've sustained off machines. Is your washing basket now empty? No, my washing basket's still got like 2 sets of bedding. Bedding is going to be the problem because the WD-64 struggles to dry that. Unless you divide the load into like 2 halves. I'm like, yeah. I like how you can still feel the heat off that. But it comes outwards, the shape, like a dome it is. It's not an inward one like the hot points of the time. Well, some of the hot points have been. But I love this because they always reminded me of the new waves in a way. I feel like, even though they're candy, this is kind of what Hoover would have been if they were left to their own devices. Yeah, no, I've got the WD-64 in the bathroom because that's being used as the tumble dryer of the house at the moment. I just run that off the cold tap in the shower and then just leave the machine. But she's on a dolly board. See how frequently we're doing the action now. What's your thoughts on the IZ? I love the IZ, but the problem is the only reason I don't like them is because of their slanted front. It just looks awful to me. I don't know what colour I prefer though on them. I do like white, but I like the silver with the charcoal fascia. I think that's the original version of them, or something. I'm going to do a Chef Whites on Thursday. Oh, Chef Whites. You like the ice? I do like the Zanussi XCs, but they'd never be allowed in my collection because they are too new for what I allow on Zanussi. That's the only thing. I wouldn't mind one as temporary, but yeah. I just feel sorry for the WD-64 because she's literally getting stressed out of the dryer. Like, she's never done this much drying before. I mean, I will eventually have the machine back in. I just want to get through all the machines first now. The only one that won't is the Bosch, because the Bosch needs a bloody new lid and new plastics. The lid bloody snapped on that because it was only temporarily fitted onto the machine because service slimline broke it. They're hard to find, those older Bosch lids, but Reese has saved me one. I think he saved me the door off one as well, so she's not going to look... Yeah. The WD... Thank God I am not on a water meter here, because the amount of water that WD-64 uses, especially because the connection to the tap is loose, so there's water that sprays out a little bit. Yeah. I'd be in a lot of trouble if I was on a water meter here. Yes, this machine is November 2001, which is... It's playing music. Oh, yes, I saw which one. I saw which one you're on about, yeah. Yes, I've seen that Zanussi. Unfortunately, it's absolutely rusted, though, which is the only reason I looked at it and thought, oh, can't do anything about it. Let's use the WJG. Yeah, I forgot the RC. Josh has got one, and I think Spencer still has one. He's got the 1667, 1667W, I think he's got. I remember someone when I was little had one of those Zanussis, and they were quite interesting machines to watch. They were. £20 for a Hoover Nextra in Manchester. Yeah, that's seen that one too. Again, that's also rusted. It's a 1600 one, which is annoying though. But they're all too far for like me to go and get temporarily because I have a thing of not going more than 7 miles for a temporary machine because otherwise it like the fuel cost eats into the like profit of it. Especially because there everything's bloody everything's either down the M60 or something like that to go and get it. Yeah, if you've got the 1667, that's what Spencer's got. I do like on those Electronauts is the little light on the door. I always like that idea. It's a shame that the Zanussi Integrated didn't have that. Turn on washing machine, only the second hand in 2013. Which one did you have? Was that? Oh, hang on, sorry. Spencer's asked me something. Oh, no. Jerry can't to Wigan North Western. I often go that way. I'm surprised I haven't. I work Wigan Wallgate a lot, I do. But I have done trains on Wigan North Western. I was there yesterday, actually. Oh, Noah, I've got to ask you this then, right? I know how to say it. The station that's between Wigan North Western and Preston, how do you pronounce it? Because I know Northern Rail get it wrong. And I think I put it up on my Instagram the other day about how you pronounce this certain station. It begins with an E. Let's see if he gets it. 67 would not have the 1400 has to be. Yeah. See, I'm like that as well, Josh. Like a lot of machines. So like this, there is a 1400 version of, and it's really rare. But I was like, it's got to be the 1600 one. Yes, you got it, Noah. Yeah, I know it's pronounced Exton Balshaw Lane, or I get told it's Balshaw Lane, but the announcements say Euxton Balshaw Lane, and I know it's kicked up a lot of problems with the locals. Yeah, so yeah, Exton Balshaw Lane. That's quite a nice station, that is. I went to Bournemouth last on the. Can I ask what's your opinion on the Miele W one? Me, I think that absolute trash. I hate Miele W. Anything after the W Classic, well, in a way, I think I've got a different opinion on the W Classics, to be honest. I do like them, but they are shit programming. But they're still built with good quality. But no, W1s, no, definitely not. I don't like those. Annoyingly, though, there was a W1 here it was in Earlham, which is sort of Western Manchester, yeah. They were selling it for £60, and it was worth like 970 brand new. It was a grey door one. And they were only having their kitchen refitted, and I think they didn't know the price of the Miele. I thought, oh my god, but I tried to get it off them and they just didn't respond to me. Now, I heard I was thinking, okay, I've got another one for you, Noah. If you know the stations towards Blackpool North, it's a station after Preston. It's a double name station. Again, it gets mispronounced. If you're heading towards Blackpool North from Preston, it begins with a K. K and the initials are K and W. I think Lewis knows this one. Most Master Lucy's, except the 96 Lucy I have, that's 1200. No, I think that 1600 is, especially if you've got a brush motor like this. This is. It's just I don't feel the 1600 is intense on this because the motor is so much lower in sound compared to the other motors that these use. But literally all this is, it's a standard CE set motor with a foam insulation around it. And there's loads of soundproof padding inside the machine. That is what makes it whisper, apparently. But I mean, she is quieter than a lot of the other machines, I will say that. The W404 Premier Plus is quite a common one. That and the 460 is quite a common one. I'm not sure about stations to Blackpool North. Okay, it's a station. It gets pronounced as Kirkham and Wesham, but it's pronounced Kirkham and Wesson. Wesham it is, yeah. It's another one that locals. There's another one towards Leeds that I've gone to. Mythenroyd is another one, and Sowerby Bridge. It gets pronounced as Sowerby Bridge, and people get really pissed off about it. I never go past Preston. I've been to Blackpool North sometimes, never been to Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I wish it was DC chopper, this DC with regular AC. Well, to be honest, I thought these were, when I first got this machine, I took a risk because I thought it was inverter. And Kai, who was looking after it, he sent me a video of it in action, and I could hear a brushed motor. And I thought, what machine? I said to him, "What machine have you got on in the background? That sounds really nice." He said, "I haven't got a machine on." I said, "Then what can I hear?" And he said, "It's the motor on this." I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Is it not inverter?" I said, "It's called a Whisper." He said, "No, it's got a brushed motor." I was like, "What?" I agree. It's the same motor that the Insert Evolutions used at the time, and the Aerosol Margarita. That's what it's got a very WMA sound about it. Yeah. But then again, it's also got a very Whirlpool sound about it, because obviously Whirlpools at the time used the same motors as well. DC Chopper, then it would live up to its Whisper name. But there's like a few AEGs. There's a few AEGs, AEG Electroluxes, that call them silent system, but they're actually just silver brush motor. Yeah. Well, I think the AEG is the quietest one I've got at the moment. In the kitchen, it's really good because that back tension foot really keeps the machine stable. So I have had that machine on at 2 a.m. at 1800, and I went into the next room and could hardly hear it. Whisper quiet or washing. Oh, fridge is creaking. That fridge makes a really strange like pop sound. I don't know what it is, but it does it a lot of the time. I know we're a bit, but is the board gone as an ECW? I can't remember what. I don't know what's happened to half of his machines. I know. I think he got rid of the hydro sensor. I don't know. He had a service quartz. I don't know what he did with that one. It was a service quartz 601, I think he had, or 600. Did it? No. Am I imagining things now? I can't remember what he had. Service is probably the loudest machine you got. Yeah. That is pretty damn loud at 50. See, I've gotten so used to saying the machine's 1500 because clearly, I even showed the video to Clarky, and he said yes. He said he is aware that a lot of Maloney's did overshoot their speed, but he thinks it's it dates the Caress to Easy Logic range. It's a kind of a crossover model. I think to be honest, it might be a Comet exclusive model because I don't remember seeing much about those services. But that one does do quite well. I haven't tried the 75 cycle yet. It's the only machine I've got with the 75, which I'm surprised these don't have a 75. I really am surprised about it. What service have you got again, Josh? Is it like an M6000 series you've got? Like one of the newer ones? Don't you dare fall on the floor. What are we doing? Caress 1200, nice. That's the one with the temperature dial, isn't it? Is it 1200A? I think they are. Hang on, be careful. Never mind, I thought I was going to burp. Oh, we are. I remember the Dorcas Whirlpool went wrong. The Sunstruck was 150 were gone, and the board and the Lucy went. Yeah, I know his Miele W5748, the motor Triac or something went on that. Do you know, I've lost count. Oh, he had a WM31, didn't? No, he gave that to Kai. Or, no, hang on. Kai gave it to him, the WM31 that had a 9.5 timer in it, and I don't know what happened to that. Yeah, temperature knob and tree buttons. Okay, that's interesting. You've got a tree on your machine. Yeah, the Bosch Classic Verus has been sold for free, fully working the apart roll. Yeah, but that's down in London. I won't be able to get that. But if there's one popped up here as temporary, that'd be nice. Bosch sell quite well. I've noticed Beko are the best sellers around here, though. For like what in Manchester in general, people like Bekos. It seems they like to get rid of Beko, but they also like to buy Beko. Three goddamn phone. No, you know you're not as bad as Jack with the bloody typos he makes. I can't understand what he says so, but it's fun. It's just fun when he does it. No, he got it from his work and then gave it to Kai to film on his channel. Right, okay, because I remember that. I was trying to think which way it went. Did it go from him to Kai or Kai to him? Man, why is my nose getting bunged up? My God. I need a better chair. I need a computer chair, man. I'm on one of these bloody camping chairs and it's like, it's fine, but I'm right up against the bloody wall. That's like a full... What? No, what was that thing we were laughing about on Reese's Live? It was either him or that someone misspelt something and we just would not stop going on about it. Oh my God, it's killing me. I want to know what it was. I was thinking about it the other day and we were laughing about something. I smell like a newer Bosch too. Did he? Oh no, I know what Spencer had. He had a Garanya. It was the 8 kilogram. It was the 7 kilo version of the one I had. Oh, how I bloody wish that machine survived on mine. Chonkers that spelled something wrong. Oh, I really want to, I want to know what it was because we were wetting ourselves laughing about it. Oh. It was something to do with, I think it was something to do with the Bosch. He spelled something, or it was a term for something. It was like a word to describe doing something to a machine and oh, fuck. It's Series 2 is what it was. I will remember. I'm normally good at remembering stuff like this. That's why I love Reese's Lives. It turns stupid in the first 5 minutes. It was something to do with like either breaking a machine or like abusing it or something. It was something along the lines of doing something bad to a machine or something happening to a machine, and we just kept and we accused him of doing it over and over again because he misspelt it. That was it. It was something. I use quick on my backup, but I just change temperature unless I'm washing something. Yeah, that's fine. Well, I like the quick wash on this one because oh, Jesus. We have an hour and 26, and we've been washing for 54 minutes. And the heater's really loud on us now. Good. Funny that the flat I recently oh wow, that's the door creaking from the temperature change. The flat I was previously in, there was a photo from like 2004, and it tells you how they have never refurbished the kitchen or anything. They had a Hoover 6 washer dryer in there beforehand, before that Indus shit was in there. I don't know what one it was. I think it was a WDM 120. Yeah, I think so. No, you're nearly as bad as Jordan was. Oh, freaking Jordan, man. I just have to hear his voice and I start laughing because I know he's going to say something stupid. My home was at keeps telling me to run a 90 program, but it gets one every week with 90 towels. That's weird. Wait a minute. Those Zanussi washer dryers, don't they have a rinse out fluff cycle, or was Witch Washer putting it on a service mode? Because it showed something with it. You still got Zanussi top loader? Yeah, that's still in there. I've put it on a lower dolly board now, so the machine sits closer to the floor. Service mode. Oh, what a shame. I hope they. I only know 2 washer dryers that I've got a rinse out fluff. Miele and the older Bosch models did. The one which Washer got from Charlie does have a rinse out fluff cycle. What did he get? Oh yeah. Maybe one day I should go live with Jordan on here. That'd be fun. But when I'm down in London, I'll try and go live with the Miele again. It's just I never have any washing to do when I go down. That's the thing. This machine can put me to sleep. The motor on this is just so... This is like the one machine in the collection I am absolutely not scared of whatsoever. Like, this is what I love about this machine. She doesn't do anything sudden. Maybe the creaking of the plastic is the only thing, but like, yeah. I've seen that Primus. It's one with... It's a soft mount model. No, Janik, there are actually, there was a John Lewis exclusive of like the Hotpoint Smart range or something that was a hot and cold fill. It was one with like I think it was like a grey cabinet with a white door or something, or black door. Yeah, the WD-64 in Australia, it was one that had been brought from England. So yeah, it was a hot and cold fill. Funny enough, you mentioned a WD-64. I saw one the other day. I keep seeing them in sandstone as well. Right? They're quite a common model in sandstone. It was a good machine, but it was just freaking sensitive at bouncing. I could not knock the dryer on it though. The dryer on it was really good. When did you use the hot fill? I don't know, because I never had it on a hot fill. I was using it off a water tank, so it was always filling with cold water. A WID 106 would be good. Yeah, I did find a WID XL 126 around here. There was one of those, so they do turn up. Just got to find. I've heard and read apparently the only loaders only use hot fill for top ups. Unfortunately, I've not. I know Elliot had his WD-420 plumbed into hot, but we never obviously checked. Would you try a Logic? If it pops up cheap and for temporary, yeah, cheap and nearby, I'd use it as temporary. They do sell quite well, Logics. They do make good profit if you can get them for about 30. I try and get machines for about £30 because that makes good money. So yeah, the Beko I sold for 120. They didn't even ask to bargain for it, which is what a lot of people tend to do around there. I'm not sure. He probably does have it on. And we've reached temperature. There we are. 1 hour and 21 to go. Bearing in mind that's doing a longer wash and we're doing an extra rinse. Because soft water is really a nightmare to rinse, and it's better for the machine, but it's really bad for rinsing. Use hot fill on drying? What? It filled with hot water on drying? Okay, that'd be weird if the machine did that. The WD-64 nearly did that when I didn't realise the plumbing in this house is the other way around. What's labelled as the cold fill is now actually the hot fill on the pipes. So she was rinsing with like 60-degree water, and I thought, why is this machine feeling so hot? Oh, yeah. I know, I've seen that one. I've gone through all the temporary machines in Manchester. The problem is that they've got to be nearby. All these ones are like really far away. Some of them are even like near Preston is what some are popping up as. For other Samsung WD-64 he did, yeah. And he had a WF210. Yeah, I agree with that. The only thing with washer dryers, they use a shit ton of water. Which is why I'm glad I'm not on a water meter, because my water bill will be through the bloody. It'd be triple figures probably, more than that. With how much the WD-640 is using. Sorry, WD-64. Fucking saying Jesus Christ. I am surprised I don't have more washer dryers, and I realise why. They're so bloody hard to find for what. Like, I've come across washer dryers that were nearly what I wanted, but not quite. I cannot belong. Found that. Oh yeah, I remember that when you found that one. So I've never found anything good thrown out like within the last sort of few years. I remember a time when I've seen WMAs in my area. Yeah, I've seen a WMA 34, 31, and I think there was a WMA 58 in Polar White in Manchester I've seen. Oh fuck, what's I going on about? I remember a time when I was 12 years old, and I really wish it happened now. Someone threw out on the estate I used to live in a Hotpoint 9536W. I remember seeing it there. It was 2009, and someone still had a 95 in there. Yeah. I was like, I can't believe that. Old machine found in my area. What have I recently got in my collection from this area? Probably the Creeder is what I found. No, no, hang on. Yeah, I'd say the Creeder. The Creeder's the oldest thing I found. Most of the time, vintage machine. The trouble is, right, and it's what I was saying to someone who was saying, oh, these machines can't be popular because you don't see them on Marketplace. And I said, the problem is, is that there are machines out there that are still vintage being used. The thing is, though, people don't think to sell them. They scrap them instead. So there are probably houses around the area that have still got a 9.5 series as a daily driver, but, you know, and it's probably still being repaired. But the problem is they'll think it's not worth anything, so scrap it. That's the problem. Like, that's why I always try to go looking for like people who throw machines out on their drives, because you're more likely to find something. And it's older than Creeder. Yeah, but I didn't find the Insert in Manchester. I found that in Surrey, in England, in London. Well, near London, I did. Yeah, that's why. Well, if you look at the way my machines are laid out, they're all laid out in date order. So the Indesit is here. You've then got the Zanussi, and then you've got the Creeder. Because all I know, the Zanussi top loader is 2000. I just don't know when. I need to look at the. It's got a different date code on it, because I don't think it's made by Electrolux or something. It's not got a Zanussi style. Who was asked to go for Hotpoint is Cassandra. How's Cassandra second settling in? Yeah, she's done her first sort of washes here, so that was good. Had her and him, the WD-64 in the other room, so it was like the first time they've kind of both been in operation. Oh, what? You ever come across an old machine still its packaging unused? Yep, there's two on eBay at the moment. There's a 1990s Neff integrated washer dryer. It's a Bosch. And there's an 80s AG Ladramat 2045, whatever that is. It's a strange looking washer dryer, but yeah, they're being sold by someone I think that Reese knows. Have them in date order. Yeah, well, at first I had them in. So I've gone through different ways of arranging all my machines. First of all, it was in order of arrival into the collection. So a lot of time the 9530 would end up being first. Then it was spin speed order. It was spin speed order and by oldest of that spin speed. So like, because I've got 3 1100 machines, it was like which was the oldest, so the A3060 there. And now it's in date order, because what I like, there's one corner which if I sit there it feels like I'm in Curry's again at like the age of like 5 or so, because there's like machines from 2001 all the way to 2004. I'm like, I remember being in Curry's when these machines were around. Yeah, he's filmed that from another collector. I think his name's Jamie Warren is the guy who has it. That Electrolux. They're very rare, those Electrolux washer dryers, but they do look really nice. Not bad. I'm starting to feel sleepy because I've been drinking that cider. Alcohol makes me sleepy. I don't know why. I'm using a washer dryer, which was the WD-1036. Well, I like that one that Witchwasher's filmed. It's a WD... Is it WDJ1013? It's basically the washer dryer version of the... it's a jet system washer dryer from the 80s. And it's a 1000 one. I looked at it, I was like, I would love that model. I let Darren know if this guy wants rid of it, then hopefully Darren can get it. Ben's got some nice machines. Depending on what he's got, like, to get rid of, I may consider giving him my W Classic to sell, and then I take something in turn of that. You know, I really would hate to get rid of that machine because she is my first Miele, but it's like, I'm just not happy with the programming and everything. I'm like, one of those guys got damaged while we were running, I can't remember. She got scrapped. She got stripped for parts. Phil took away all the useful parts. Charlie saved a lot of the parts for me, like the motor, the tub front, because I don't have a green tub front anymore. So if I get like one that I need to replace it on, I can't do that. And then the rest of the machine was just scrapped. In fact, Charlie stripped down his WD-71 for me, so I had a full dryer unit in case the one on my, it was in preparation. And I never even got it off. I never managed to get it off him. It was a shame though, because I was hoping she was going to go to a new home. It was just, yeah. God, that feels like a bygone era, that does, when you think about the Cassata. I do washing currently myself. Lift row, hey, what are you washing and what machine are we using? Probably a top loader, eh? Oh, do you know what? It might be June, but I think I need to put my heating on right now. It's like actually getting a bit chilly over here. I feel the heat off that, but yeah. I wish Phil was on his own premieres. That's why with me, I will only premiere a video if I'm going to be there for it. I will never premiere when I'm on like late shifts because I can't be. I like being on there to chat with everyone. I remember Cassata. You know the sad thing about the Cassata, if I'd waited if I'd waited 1 more year till we came back from Australia, the real Cassata that I actually want pops up. A WD-61 in Ice Blue pops up the next year. But I couldn't get it because at that time I didn't have much storage and we were waiting for all the machines to come back. I was so pissed about that. I was like, mate, that's what I wanted.
We know Cassata was Windows Stroke Up and went up.
Yeah, that was the one time I had like everyone favorited one machine, and it was the Cassata, which I never understood what was so thinking. I was like, she's just a WM63 like that. But I've noticed that when I film the Creeder, people get excited. So I was like, it's nice to have that and the WD64. Like, you've got the washer dryer version, and in a way, and then you've got like the washer version. Matt and Elliot had they got WT960. They have or had a WMA37 in natural linen, and I was going to do the bearings for them on it, but they never bothered to order the parts for it. I said to them, order the parts, and when the next come over, I'll strip the bearings down and I'll do it for you. And I said, I said to them, I'll do that, and I can't remember what other machine. I think their WM62 they had needed a new heating element or something. You should know my favourite have. Yeah, you're after Barbara. Like, you're the one person. I don't get me wrong. I know everyone loves Barbara as well, but like, you're like, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously, I haven't used the profile spin, and I wish I did like the profile spin, because I would love to have an Ultimate WD72 or like a 1400 Ultimate if I could get a GC motor for it. But like, it just it's one of the things about like, it just doesn't sit right with me. But it was weird hearing Reese's one, because it's got the FHP motor. Like, it was really strange not being able to tell what speed it was doing. Because the GC motor, I know instantly by the sound what speed it's doing. Oh, there we go. That's when the whole machine starts creaking. This machine is one of the situations where the actual paint has yellowed. So, not the, she's got a white kick strip, which is the kick strip on this is off the one that Clarky had, because her original one yellowed, and it was one of the lugs had broken on it. But everything else is just yellowed. And I used to get a GC motor from my WM. Hate the FHP one. There are some GC motors going on eBay. I always stock up on them when I find them, because I always know I'm going to need one. So go and have. There is one on eBay. I mean, it's about £70, but it's brand new. I think it's never been used. But if not, people are always stripping down hot points. I've noticed that. So yeah, I'd have a WD52. I knew something about a WD52 on my estate. I never saw it in action, but I just walked into the kitchen and saw it. I was like, oh, interesting. See, it's interesting for me because I grew up with the first edition 800, so I never knew there was a washer dryer version. May have because the FHP one is. I know. I've got two FHP motors. I'm saving one for Charlie because I think he wants one in case he gets a WD. But the other one I'm going to sell, because like, you can sell them for about £30. When I got the Cassata, I did that. Sold the motor for £30. You saw a brand new box, but BW. Oh my god, that's the BW29. That's the one that they did with the inverter motor, isn't it? What's your opinions on the Aquatus range? Do you know what, the Aquatus range, I love them, and I would absolutely love like the 1400 or 1600 one, or washer dryer, but they're brushless motors, and that's the only thing I don't like about them. I was so annoyed because I was like, I really wanted one for like the bed and bath cycle. But the original Aquatus with like the purple style door to it, that's the one that I really like. Yeah, that's the thing. Photos and storage, I'm not sure when it's come back out. Is that your WM80? Is it 83 you've got? I think is what it is. I quite like the look of that model because it's like, again, it reminds me of the WD64 it does. With the 3 dials. But I prefer the WM81 because it's got the programs in red. I just think it looks quite nice. But there is a really, really rare WM that I've never seen a photo of, only in the manual, the WM82. It's a first edition style one, so it basically looks like the WD-51, but it's got the programs in red along the drawer. I've only seen a manual for it, and I think it was a 1200 model, but I think it was like a Comet exclusive model, but I've never ever seen it in real life. I even asked on Automatic Washer if anyone knew about it. See, that's what I miss as well now. I miss going into Currys where everything looked different. There was, like, you still had some of the old colours of the 90s still going, but every machine looked totally different and even sounded different. Like, you know, I really miss those, and I wish that someone had, like, filmed me in Currys at the time. I mean, I remember going into Currys and, like, you had the compact machines on display. My earliest memory was in Currys. I think the very first time I went, they still were selling the Hoover Performers, was what I remember. The Hoover Performers and the Zanussi Directors, I think, were still in. So I remember those being in. They were so innovative at the time. Yeah. I remember the first time the IZs came out, I had the brochure for that, which showed the photo of the inside of it. What else do I remember them having? I think I remember when the WD-64 first came out, and I remember that's why I laid my eyes and I was like, I really love that. It was just, yeah, it was all so nice back then. So love going to Currys. I remember the Dyson Contra Rotator first coming out and seeing that and thinking, what the hell is this? Like, it just looked like something from a sci-fi movie. Yeah, Chris had the IZ. It went to Dorian, and then I don't know where it went after that. He sold it on to someone. I never got to film it because he repaired it, but I never got to film it. I remember the very first Miele. I remember when Miele first brought out the honeycomb drum. In Kingston Bentel Centre, they had the honeycomb drum on display, and it was the 487 that was out. And all I remember was looking at it and going, that looks like the toy I've got. I think there's a lot of machines that you guys didn't have over that side. Because I went to New Zealand in 2000. They didn't have any Hot Points because Hot Point are not licensed out. They were Aristons though, as well. I have a childhood machine. My friend... my friend has the Aquatis. I didn't know anyone with an Aquatis. I remember seeing them around though. Thing is, they're like this. There's quite a lot of them that pop up as well, and they often pop up as a matching set. I've noticed that too. Oh, and the metal tubs on the Mieles, yeah. Craig, yeah, I remember that. I remember Craig. Thank you. Someone else remembered it when Currys actually sold the toy Hot Points. Yeah, I remember going into Currys in around 2002. And that's when I picked our WMA-64. But I remember going into Comet as well and seeing Crusader dryers because Crusader was their own brand. Proline as well was the other one. See, that's the only thing that worries me if I was to get a Dyson Contra Rotator. I know that I'd end up killing it from use because the Contra Rotator would wreck it. It's one of those things, like, I would still love them, but I can't help but feel cautious. Especially with how heavily I use machines. Like, that would be the one machine I could wash a duvet in, because, as everyone knows, I've not been able to wash my freaking duvet in anything. But yeah, it was just, I remember, like, what I loved about growing up in the 2000s was that you had all these nice machines that were modern, but you still liked them. Then you can go into people's houses that still had old machines from like the 80s going. It was just, I remember that. I remember after my experience with the Hot 495, I was scared of any machine that I saw. Oh god, the Indecent Moon. Oh god, funny enough, I saw one for sale the other day, an Indecent Moon. Whoa. with an hour and 1 minute to go. I think that'll drain at about 50 minutes because of the extra rinse. Honestly, like, yeah, I just remember going into school and everything, like, and just talking about the machines, and like people didn't mind. I remember my first memory of a washing machine was my shitty Maloney service that I had. I can't believe I had a Maloney service to grow up with. It was an easy wash. I think it was a 1000 easy wash. It was an induction motor though. So I wasn't used to the idea that machines made any noises. All I remember was sitting on the worktop, and before it goes into spin, it does that thing where it kicks back and forth, and it would go vroom every time. And then when it would engage the spin, it used to go and it would take off. And I always remember it doing that, and I never used to know why it did it.
I started with my childhood memory because one boy I remember always going there.
Oh, that's beautiful. We went to New Zealand in 2000 as well. But yeah, Australia's one of those places. It's nice to go to for a holiday. You know, I just couldn't fathom living out there. That's the thing.
Thank God the move got discontinued.
I remember when they were in. I remember when they were in Curry's, and then they started bringing out the white colour one. No, it was just. I remember my first experience with a top loader. It was a Hoover Elite 940, I think it was, that my auntie and uncle had. I was scared shitless of it. I hated the bloody spin brake. It used to sound like someone slamming a saucepan lid on the floor. And I hated the pump on it. The pump was really loud at chugging. Yeah, no man, I was terrified of that bloody machine.
I know about it all. Many people say Ariston's 0.2 2000 shit were unreliable.
Do you know what? I think they were really good. The only thing that killed the Indusets, I reckon, is if obviously your spider goes, you can't repair it. But there's so much to them that it's just so good. Yeah. Well, most of the Indusets I grew up with were either the last of the EcoSense models or the W123. Everyone had a W123. Never anything faster. Oh, cool, Ant. Here we go. Yay, we're reaching the end. 58 minutes. Sorry, Janet. I think you mean they didn't go on for years and years. I think you meant they went on and on and on and on. I couldn't resist doing that. Ariston. Oh. There we go. First intermediate spin. All intermediate spins, if you guys can't remember, are 800 on this, which is a bit of a waste because I wish they could go faster. The brakes kicks in. Oh, I bloody hated top loaders with spin brakes. In fact, I remember going on holiday to Spain and there was a Maytag commercial top loader and it was like the AA06 model. Oh my god, when that kicked in the pump, I used to run out of that bloody room. I used to hate it. In fact, the Speed Queen top loaders are the ones that scare me because when the clutch kicks in. I know, I don't get the cooldown. It's like one tumble and then, oh no. Oh yeah, in case you guys didn't know, this machine has got those rectangular shocks. And yet they are still good. How the hell? Yet my 1800 AEG absolutely failed with them. New place is really nice. It's a lot better. Oh? Are we going to get a suds lock? No. See, you cannot sud. It's very hard to suds lock these. I would like a timer version of these because they do really fast ramp ups on the wall spin, like even faster than what this does. And the synthetic spin is like the wall spin on it. It does that kick into spin. I don't know. I honestly, like, I can cram this thing full of towels with Tide, and she will not suds lock. I don't know what it is. But yeah, the Nextras did. The only time you get any kind of water lock on this is during the wall spin, does it? Well, actually, Josh, I do often. This is, if I could have them all plumbed in, this and the Bosch and the AG were what I'd use as the daily machines. Dairy driver though, yeah, you can put milk through these if you want. I don't recommend it. I wouldn't trust time ones. They are horrible for water use on the rinses. Oh, I don't mind if they fill deep. See, with me, all my machines get used as daily drivers because like they all get plumbed in one by one. The WD64 is the one that would receive the heaviest use because she ends up doing what would be one load in this machine would be like 3 loads in that machine. So it's like she gets the heaviest use out of any machine into collection because the loads get halved. That's ideally why I did want a Miele, because I thought a Miele could handle stuff like duvets, but that W Classic would never even handle duvet because it would cut out on it every single spin. You can tell how heavy the load is and how long that's taken to slow down. Yeah, literally, that's the only thing I worry about because that machine's been used as a dryer as well. I like how we catch it at just that last minute. So with the 6 kilo wash, we fill. There's an extra fill stage we do, but it's not much. Miele and duvet, that would be something for the century. Well, in another Miele, yes. In the W Classic, it would never spin it. Because that machine cuts out like every single suds lock. I don't know why they're so sensitive to suds lock. Like, I've even taken the breather tube off the machine and like flushed it out. There was nothing in there. I thought, are they really just this sensitive? But if they are programmed like the W1s, it makes sense. See, so we do this extra stage here of filling. That's all we do for the. It's. I know. You don't really get that much in there. And now we tumble. Look at that. We did the W56 in Australia. Yeah. But that was with coal power, I think I used in that. The WD64 is 2.5 kilogram. Because the drums on the washer dryers are 4.5 kilo. They're not full 5 because they are slightly smaller. If I dry on the W gets used properly and won't seize, I don't understand. Yeah, that's literally like what Marty Shirley. I mean, I know they've got light for light, but I said you're never going to use. I said to her, why don't you use the dryer? You've now got a large capacity machine that can dry a proper size load in there. Yeah, Washwash 2005. He had, I think Chris King had one of those as well. They are the ones that will do the proper ramp ups on the wall spin. You get a proper suds lock. So even that is still not enough water for like a full 6 kilogram load. It's the only disappointment about this. How does it cope with the thermal spins on its little wheels? She's fine with the thermospin, but the thing is in mine, right? I figured out why mine isn't violent like Reese's is because mine only ever does small loads. The only time mine can get completely violent is with a load of towels. Like if you put something like that brown bath sheet in there, God help you on the spin. It would probably bash the units in there. It's the only thing I like. I don't like. The only thing that annoys me is about how little water this uses. I remember for some reason when I was little, I thought these were anti-clockwise machines. I don't know why I always assumed that. Yeah, it is. It is the only grounds I have with this machine is the water usage. The only cycle we do any kind of decent level on is the wall cycle for the rinses. But on this one, it's just even. I thought if you selected 6 kilo, it would bring it up to like at least the bottom of the door, but no, you don't even get that. Yeah. To be honest, all the extras they're just the 6 range made to look cheaper, because the one I had was kind of rubbish. It had very long wash cycle times. It never reached its temperature properly. It used to heat up and then stop, and then by the time it started heating again, it was time for the wash to end. The spins on them, the only thing that was different is that they went to 1000 RPM. But then so did the last range of the 6, the time saver models and time management. I'll tell you what 6 I would like though, the Hoover Family Mega with the chrome door. The 7 kilo one, 1500, that's a real nice looking one. Yeah. I know, to be honest, like for a load of towels on that's meant to be the machine loaded at a full capacity, that's a very low water level. Like I can't even see it. It's the only ground I have with this is like. I don't get that. You do have a 6, so it lets you do a 6 kilo wash option, but yet only fills for like 10 seconds longer is basically what it is. That's what I figured out the 6 kilo does. It actually just more or less, it's more for extending the wash time is what it is than anything else. I wish one actually would do distribution. It's like the AG, I kind of wish that did do a spin rinse, but I understand why, because it's German programmed. But you do often get a distribution rinse on that. That's a good. The AEG is one I do like doing towels in as well, because they come out so dry. I agree. It should be like, instead of extra rinse, it should be super rinse that either adds an extra rinse and tops up the level, or just tops up the level. Or it should have like a sensitive option, which I'm surprised it doesn't have that. If I had a sensitive option and it added more water. So I can. What I'll do is after this finishes, I'll get a bit of the WD-64 drying. We can have that on there. I haven't done a live stream of the WD-64 yet. But what I like with the WD-64, you can turn the variable spin down on the drying, so we only do distribution, we don't do the thermal spin. Unlike the Indusert in the flat, which you were forced to have a thermo spin. Yeah, honestly, like, I always thought these did use more water. So I thought, oh, being an advanced model, like, you know, surely something on there would, but nah. Oh, what was that? No, you didn't know what to do though. Last in the WD-64. Well, you can tell how quickly that pumps out, like. Yeah.
I wonder what it would be like with the WD-860.
What also doesn't help is that when it starts filling, the machine is stationary for it. If we tumble from the minute we start filling, it would help as well. Oh. Oh, can we see the back of the drum? Oh my god. That's pretty unbalanced. I know, which is annoying that, like, the deepest level rinse I get really are the Hoover A3060 and the Electron. They're brilliant for doing towels because the long spins also just, the powerful pumps mean they don't fight with sudspots too much. Do you know what, right? This is the one machine I've had that's never jumped out, but I have had the machine walk on a spin. Back in London, there was, I don't know what happened. For some reason, because the balancing is more sensitive on the final spin, but for some reason we took this really unbalanced load up to 600 and the machine was just literally like skiing across the floor, and I was like, I think I filmed it when it happened. I hear water flicking around. Oh, it's the bloody drawer. Yeah, the springs come off that, so the bloody thing flaps around on it now. The spring got lost when I moved from London up there. I don't know what happened. It's funny, it looks like a mouth. Honest to God, well, I mean, if you look at the size of the concrete weight on these, right, it's like, I'll show you, it's about that thick and about like that wide on the top. It's why these have quite a lot of weight to them. But yeah, I mean, I'm surprised for the fact we have those rectangular shocks that this is so stable. Oh yeah, the high level. The thing is with the WD-64, we never see the full level, but the Creeder, on the other hand, does quite high levels as well. Heavy wise for these. What are these now? These are about. Whoa, Jesus! I'm back at first sleep and logged off. I think this is somewhere between. Ooh, I don't know. I never actually looked. Have I got the manual for this? I think I have got the manual somewhere for this. I'll have to check. I think there's something about 70 odd kilos they are. I always find it's about 76 kilo or something, or near 80. They are pretty. They're quite. Apart from the Miele, their other heaviest in my collection after her is the AG. The AG's got some weight, and so has the Maloney Service. That's got quite a bit of weight to that. Of course, the worst thing is, the 9530 is the lightest, but the most awkwardest to move. That's the only thing that makes that machine so difficult. Whoa, whoa. See, I wish we kicked into a constant distribute there. Hungry draw. Hungry draw.
One final rinse and I can't decide.
Do you know what? Thank you for pointing that out, Josh. That really freaking triggers my OCD, is the fact that that start button is... Must be the owner must have been touching it with greasy fingers or something.
Beko weighs 85 kilos by having a plastic tub, which is crazy.
Sometimes I don't understand where the weight comes from in some of these machines that are like plastic tubs and small motors. The heaviest machine I've ever moved was 120 kilogram. It was a vintage AG from the 80s. It took 3 of us to move it. An 804 TS, because they have a heavy induction motor with a clutch, and they've got like 3 concrete weights to them or something. See, I would have retrograded the Bosch, but I don't have a place to put them outside in the sun. It's the only annoying thing. Otherwise, I could have but then I also know retrobrighting apparently makes it all fragile. The whole front of this machine needs a respray. But guess what? You can't detach the front on these. They are welded cabinets. I have a modification that I might do. I might take the door in and see what we can do. I want to... even the 80s Creeders are welded cabinets, which I didn't know. I don't get it. A 6 kilogram option. You're telling the machine, I'm loading you to your full capacity with like the most absorbent load. You'd think use water. In fact, to be honest, if you read the manual for these, they even warn you that you'll never see water in the drum, apparently. Apparently, because it's listed as one of the faults in the troubleshooting guide, I can't see any water in the drum.
Oh, Hoovers are good for the non...
I know, and yet it looks like there's a removable panel. Because I wanted to take the front of this and respray it, and I thought I could do that, and I didn't realise you can't. So, with careful practice, I might see we can use a Dremel to like actually cut the front panel off and then put some like screw sockets in. Because there are actual holes where there probably would have been screws for this if they didn't do it. Because I am not looking forward to when I have to do a bloody bearing change on this. I mean, I'm grateful I've not had to do bearings on any of my machines, but this is the one machine this or the AG are going to be the first to have bearings, because high speeds... I know with the AG, their bearings were very poor for handling it. No. The only Hoovers that had removable front panels obviously were the vintage like soft waves and whatnot, but I don't know if any of the Candy made ones had. I don't even know if the Performers ever had removable fronts. This is really nice way to end a day at work. It's just have a nice late night wash with a good machine of my collection, one that and then just be on a live stream. I love how quiet it is right now. It's very relaxing. That sound of silence. You can say things are whisper quiet right now. That's what Gorenya's slogan once was, the sound of silence. Hello darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
I hope you do it again. It's such a cool, fun interest. Oh! Cheers. Well, I would definitely plan to do that.
I know. The thing is, we're doing this low water level and flinging everything out into distribution. It's absorbing everything now, and it's like, it's not topping up. See, this is why we should have got the version with the jet system on it. Oh, that's a bit loud. 33 minutes to go. We've been washing for 1 hour and 45. I was going to say, what's the longest you can do live streams on? And I've realised people have done 24-hour streams on YouTube. I think the rinses I don't seem to have a problem with, but I guess the amount of suds in there is there's probably quite a lot in. Oh, half-assed tumbling them. It does make me it does make me feel very OCD about it because I have very sensitive skin, and I know what towels I like to rinse. You're pissing the bucket more full than the drum is. It's because they run what I feel Candy do with their programming. It's like everything has to be first time and rushed. So even the balancing of the spins, it won't hold the time like what Miela's do. It will just count down and then it expects to get everything right on the first go. Same with the filling. It's like I expect to get to a level at this point and I'm not going to top up. Oh. I like seeing deep levels, so I love seeing the stuff splash around in it. Oh, that sounds a bit unbalanced there. Stomping. Yeah, that's what I find, that they're very like, because even like the way they're programming is never to do spin bursts, it's just everything in one go, so it's like, there's no room for error with these or correction. Like Becco. Oh, I heard something smash through the drawer there. I think it's hitting the load deflector at the top. Oh, here goes the drawer again. I do wish the spins were faster on this, the intermediates, because the later ones got to 1,000 maybe. This starts getting interesting on the final spin though, because the whole machine just starts like rattling in different ways at every speed we hit. Yeah, I feel we might get... I don't know though, the machine's very unpredictable, this one is. See, I wish we would start filling now into the spin. I do love machines that do spin fills, that's why I do like the Bosch. Did towels bedding today? Absolute fucking racket. Oh, I've learned the hard way of doing bedding and towels. I did that in the 9530. My god, the spin I got on that. The concrete weight hit the bottom of the machine so hard there was concrete dust on the floor. WME is blocked by the Bosch. blocking your machine. To be fair, this machine was wedged in the corner between the Maloney and the Credo. I had to move the Maloney to get to it, but I'm going to sort that out at some point. And you know what also I noticed as well? This pulse filling that they do is what doesn't clear out the conditioner compartment very well. The older Hoover candies were better with the way they did the draw, but the siphoning system is not... Yeah. Imagine having a Miele W2 Nova... Oh, God. I wonder how long it'll be till we start seeing them on Marketplace. The W1s were like 6 months after that people got them, I started seeing them come up. I don't know I'm looking now. I wish I had a cool little setup like that. Start with cold. Yeah, but I wish I could have them all plugged in together, like, and just use them that way. I do hate the thing of dragging them out, but it's like... It's just like, sometimes I just wish I could just go in and go, I want to use this machine today, and then, like... not bring a machine in, but I suppose I'm grateful for having a proper space for them and not having to use them in a freaking bathroom. I wouldn't trust using them in a bathroom. I only do the WD-64 as a dryer, but I wouldn't, I mean, one wrong move and something, it will take off something off the bath. It will. Yeah, I agree. W1s are bad enough, but W2, Jesus Christ, no way. I wonder what the W3s and W4s will look like, if that's what they do. Yeah, 2 running at the moment. To be fair, I could have 2 running if I wanted. One in the bathroom, but it's plugged into an extension lead, so I've got to like have it by the door, but it means you can't get into the bathroom with the machine there. I can just about get past the WD-64. We have 23 minutes left, hour and 52. Why do you think Miele W wants to... I just hate it because I hate modern machines, but I don't like how they've changed the design. I prefer the old space frame cabinet design to Miele, what like the W Classic has. Yeah, W2's got a bloody diamond in it, isn't it? Or hexagon or whatever it is. And it like makes me laugh when certain people like insult Maloney. I'm just like, at least Maloney used freaking paddles. They were just shallow. Do you get many washes in local BHF? Apart from shit, like there's a Samsung bespoke AI in there. Because they now sell brand new stuff. Only second-hand stuff though is a Beko integrated and I can't remember what the other one was. It's a small British Heart Foundation. It's not big compared to like some of the others I know. The one in Stockport is quite big. Well, any machines that are temporary that you like but would never have in your collection? To be honest, not really, because that was the whole point of temporary machines. There were supposed to be things I didn't like. I think the only one that was kind of a bit of a thing for me was the Fisher and Paykel, because I liked the programming, didn't like the balancing on it, but obviously it being an inverter motor was what also did it like against it. But I did like how big the capacity was. I did like the way it used a lot of water. It did the vortex wash was great on it. I miss those days of British Heart Foundation as well. Every time I go into BHF, I always look through the little like staff area and I try and see what they got there. And I think if I was in now, I could have had that or something. Or I just used to remember doing it. It was British Heart Foundation was what saved my channel, because back then I only had the Miele and I only had like spin dryers and vacuums. It's before I even got the 9530. Oh well, I mean I would never have got the 9530. Because I always think about that and I think if I didn't get the 9530, what would have been my first machine? And now I realise it would have been the Hoover A3060. I think, or no, hang on. I think there were some machines I didn't get between 2016 and 18. I can't remember what though. The only place around here in Manchester that sells old machines is that place that Sean guy goes to. He was called Hot Point King. But they never sell stuff. That's the problem. It never actually sells. But they've had old. He told me the other day, right? He went to this place. I think it was in Oldham. It would have been the 953OW instead. No, because I never would have got the 953OW. Because that was only brought in as a parts machine. I never would have been looking for a 953 at that point. I think there were a couple of 95s that popped up at the time. I remember missing out on a 9934 back in 2014 that I wanted. It was in Coventry. Oh my god, I really wanted it as well. It had been refurbished. Oh, the 953OW though was a good machine. I just wish I'd saved the speed board out, the controller board out of that machine. But yeah, anyway, so Hot Point King, he went to this place in Oldham, and apparently they had a Hot Point 95450 in there like 2 weeks ago. I was fucking mad when he told me that. I thought I would have gone and got it if it was there. Right, I think the next one's the final rinse now. Was an R5 the only hot one you've had at the AHF from that range? Yep, I've only had fridges from that range. Fridges and freezers. Oh, what's a bit more than that is? I feel the pump vibrating. Yep, that's why you're told with a micro profile someone actually did this. Oh my god. Bloody hell. That's going to start bloody walking in a second. No, I've not had a 90s one. I've had a Creeder one though. From there. Anyway, so what was I saying? Bloody hell. Well, it's hitting the low deflector at the top as well. About the fact the neighbours can't hear anything? Well, there's no one on this side of me, it's only on the other side. If the final spin's going to be like this, oh, yeah. No, so apparently you're told with a micro profile, never run the motor without the belt on. Sounds like a chun-up. Yeah, it was hitting the... Oh, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't like that sound on me. It's actually shaking quite a bit. Damn. Let's give it a final spin. I'll be scared. What a snake made. But yeah, apparently you're told never run a micro profile motor without the belt on, because basically the armature would self-destruct, and someone did that. They destroyed an FHP motor, thankfully, not a GEC one. Oh, we've opened. She's shocked. Now, how you know we're on the final rinse now? Because we don't do a spin fill. We come all the way to stop because the water path has got to change. The Korea Integrated Washer Dryer in the 90s. Yes, it was on eBay, and it was a 1600 one. It was a Smeg. It was on eBay, brand new in the box with the yeah. Oh, I shouldn't be listening to that. That sound is making me want to piss. That's bad. God Almighty. There's the new C. Was this what someone was on about? 1600 one, yeah. That's rusted to shit. That is. Taking in the blue skies. It was a downgrade when they went from... I know. I honestly love the Smegs, like those retro looking ones. Oh, no, horror from film, and I don't like that sound. That's the most powerful. I've heard that fill through the condition compartment. But if you see on the thing it says final rinsing, I like that. Let me piss thanks Hoover. There was a Whirlpool AWM in Manchester. It was an IKEA one. I've never known anything about it. It was an export model, I think. It was a Whirlpool Solutions, but with it just had symbols and it said IKEA, made by Whirlpool for IKEA. It was, and it was like orange font on it. I think it might still be up there. It was like near, I think it was Altrincham. I think it was in. I suppose the only good thing about doing a low-level rinse on the final rinse is you don't dilute the conditioner, but still, I mean, there's probably not even enough for the conditioner to go in. So at 8 minutes to go, we will do the final spin. Well, 8.5 minutes. Yeah. Shush. Do 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 do. Whoa. Okay, that's just gone quiet. I like that. Just close my eyes and listen to that machine. So the Hoover Softwave, yeah, I have seen one. I've got the front panel off one actually, and the lid. Dorian's got one I need to film. Yeah, getting closer. These towels will come out really dry from this machine though.
Only grouches, we only do 1 minute and 10 seconds at 1600. I wish we could do at least 2 minutes. But I don't know, sometimes I wish it wonder if it'll even make all the difference. It doesn't really, it just drives very well. Like this in the age year, the best for spinning anything out in. Hoover Ultra Carrier range. I found the Ultra Carrier and the Time Saver range quite interesting. Because they're basically they're the continuation of the Six, but they had an extra drums to them. In fact, there was an Interact version of a 7 kilo version of this. It was a Hoover Easy Logic 1600. It was a Comet exclusive model. Yeah, honestly, this is a very relaxing machine though. That's one thing I do like. Not loud and jumpy, very smooth. Like, you know, the motor sounds smooth. Even the ramp ups are very nice as well. My favourite Hoovers probably the soft waves. My favourite Hoovers would be the new waves and the Classica, but new waves especially. Oh man, I love them. Hoover 7 kilo Amiga range. I've never seen that. I don't think. New waves are so advanced that time. I mean, I know. I mean, God, if I had new wave here, the whole neighbourhood would hear that on spin. But yeah, they're pretty. I mean, the spin washers on them are great. And the fact they do their full speed on the intermediates and they spin from like 1200 RPM. I've seen a Hoover Classico. There was one on Marketplace there. I've seen every Hoover there is. I've just never seen them in person. Well, I've seen a New Wave in person, an Almond one. These are the Hoover Classicas though. They were only run for about a year, and then the soft waves replaced them, and then the eco waves as well. Right, let's see what happens. Yeah, but the motors are very deeper on this fork because the 1400 models, well, the AL150 uses a slightly different motor. It's a lot higher. I know the Nextras use a bit of a louder motor. I think we're gonna get. Oh no, hang on. I wonder if that's gonna conk out and rebalance. Oh, I think we're going to be quite smooth. Someone having your bathroom? Yeah, my great nanny had a Hoover Classica. Don't know what one. It was a white one that turned beige. A little bit unbalanced, but not too bad. The one Darren had is the exact new wave I want. British Racing Green 1400 washer dryer, or the one that matched what Paul's got. I think a smooth spin though means we'll hit a better speed. I'm only annoyed at the fact that it's covered the back of the drum. I'm one of those people that like seeing the back of the drum when the machine's spinning. Each stage now has a lot more power to it. It gets like more torque as we go up, I noticed. In the UK. Yeah, we didn't get the 1600, we only got the 1500s we did for some reason. The old candy rays like the Aqua Viva. I mean, they're basically just this though, so I prefer this to them. Candy look more cheaper. I never was a fan of Candy really. I like the maybe the Dominoes, but then again they're all induction motor. I wish I could adjust the speed like that and let it ramp all the way up to 600 in one go. The Active Smart Display, yeah, I remember that. I remember that one I found in British Art Foundation. Listen, I've always Hoover are my favourite like vintage brand compared to Hot Point. Their build quality is a bit better. They're just oh, hang on. That's 1,000. Has that WMA sound to it as well. Like when I compare the way the A3060 handles an unbalanced load compared to like the 9530, the A3060 has got a stiffer and more stronger suspension. They've got actual shock absorbers, whereas like the 95s don't. They've just got suspension legs. Hoover were way better than Hot Point at the time. They were just a bit slow in the spin speed war. Hot Point always got there first with the spin speeds. Well, yeah, because this uses a CE set motor, which is effectively what some of the Hot Points used at the time. Right, here's the bit I love. We act like a new wave here. Oh, side panels are trembling. Oh, I can feel that through the cupboard. $1,200, and now we do the ramp up. It's nice because it's like they kept a bit of their old charm with that spin dip. Here we go. Yeah, I can feel that. You know the worst thing? I'm expecting the spider to snap. It's so bad that like, I'm actually expecting it. Like, what's vibrating? Oh, it's the side panel. This side is like doing that. Nah, it needs to shut up. And I don't know if you can see it there. I love this. The vortex of water you get. I mean, that's very that's more stable than I expected. I just wish we held for an extra minute. Oh, I've tried that app. It doesn't work for some reason. Oh, I can see all the suds coming up. Yeah, what you fucking did rinse. I can try to open the door. If it pinged open. There you are. And that's finished. But it literally waits the door to unlock. There's no anti-tangle or pump out. And then it's quiet. Yeah, this will take ages to slow down. There's a video on YouTube, and I'm sure it's of a Miele, right? I think it's a 1600 Miele that's fully loaded or overloaded.
and it takes so long to slow down. The machine just gives up waiting and just literally switches itself off. I can't remember who it was that uploaded it. It was like, but there is a video of a machine that takes a Miele that takes so long to slow down. The machine just literally shuts itself off because it can't wait. It's about 1 minute on this as well, the door lock. Oh, that's the fish kicking in. But if you touch the motor now, it'll be absolutely red hot. Oh, what machine did I have to work on before the final spin? Oh, the AG I had to adjust the shocks on that. And the motor was like hot. So half of that stuck to the drum, but half of it isn't. And it'll buzz now. I do prefer the wall spin for the ramp up. I do wish it did that on every spin. Well, you get sods on everything, then you would. It's like super quiet. 3, 2, 1. Are we going to get the unload? There we are. Huh? Program cancelled. I've never ever seen it do that before. But there you go. It thinks I cancelled the program. And then I like this little bit here you get, which keeps the thing. The only thing I got to say, yeah, so I was saying this right. If you look there, that is where on the export models there would be a jet, but obviously we don't have it. It's just got the cutout there. But she's the only machine that has literally 0 mold in the drum. And there's the rating sticker if you want to look at that as well. So yeah, it's gone a bit thing. 0147 is November 2001. AAA 160-01, that means the initial, like, group 01 that'll be. Week 47, 2000, yeah. At least we've taken in the bloody conditioner this time. But yeah, we do get a little bit of it remaining, like little leftovers. Right. Okay. Should have thought about this. Actually, I'll just use this container. Oh, God. Oh, my back's killing me from I've literally been sat in the same position. Right, I'm going to throw these dirty ones. Actually, I could just leave these to wash overnight and that, and then... No, actually no, because then I'll be getting out of bed. Oh, they are very dry. Albeit a bit wrinkled, but they are... I love that when you see them stuck to the side like that. A little one there. No, a bit more. God, there's more towels in there than I actually fit that we get in. But there's the drum. So they obviously changed that with the Nextras. 19th, 20th, 5th of November. So I like that. Oh, Jesus. Oh yeah, that's what's left of the Zanussi, by the way. We have the fascia, but we've got nothing else. I took it all. But yeah, there's the WD-64 there. We got the 9530 drum that I use because that measures out 4 kilo or 4.1. So I just turn on the water supply. But yeah, she drains in there, and then I just load the machine in through there. Oh, look at that, you got a... So yeah, the Zanussi was in here, and that's where the dishwasher is right now. I've got 2 Hoover spin dryers there. And then you guys might want to see that. There you go. So they're in date order from oldest through to newest. And then the meter is just there. And that's what I've saved off the Zanussi. Yeah, that's the motor they used. So funny, Nidec and ACC are also exactly the same thing. That came out of that Indesit IWC that I once saved. Yeah. Yeah, there's the Indesit that was in. Oh, Jesus. Okay, right. Yeah, so the Hoover 6 is like sat in the corner, but I'm actually going to change it. I might put a shelf in that corner for... Oh, what's it called? like some detergents, and then I might just move everything over one. That's bloody hoses that I've got that I need to sort out. And I've got 2 faulty Dysons as well. Right. I know, yeah, look at that. Well, that's because that's actually missing half of its front panel. It'd only be about there, but yeah, it's a little... Right, let's bloody get that in there, shall we? WD-64. Oh. Is this where I knock something over now? It's a bit awkward loading it this way, but it's the only way I can get that in there without thinking it. Right, so I'll try and somehow load this. Oh! So I'm going to select what I need. Brown bath sheet for one. Yes, this does do a thermo spin, but I disable it because number one, we're on this dolly, and 2, it's not needed with the load being spun at 1600. That's a workshop towel. There's the yellow one. Let's get the yellow one in there. WDs. I do love this machine, honestly. The colour of it is, of her, is just exactly... The only thing that annoys me is that the bloody interlock plate is... I didn't get one more towel in there, because you can do like 3 bath sheets in there, and then the rest will dry after. Right, that goes in there. If I at least had a second washer dry, it'd be great, but yeah. Oh, no, tripod doesn't want to... Tripod is not tripoding. Right, so that's spin is off, so we don't get the... Turn that around to high heat dry. I say for towels, spun at 600, just about maybe 70 minutes or 75. And start. This one is May 2004. That'll get very hot very quickly. Whole bathroom smells really nice though when that's drying. You can already see the heat coming up in there. Thermo spin stage. What does it do on the thermo spin stage while the spin is set to off? Distribution. We just do distribution for about 2 minutes. 20 minutes in we do it. Otherwise it would be a thermo spin at 800, which is why I find it pointless if you've done a 1200 or 600 spin. Is it a washer dryer? Yes. It's a WD-64. Well, it could be a fridge freezer actually. The dryer fans have got a nice sound on these. This is another machine I can just fall asleep to the drying of, and I actually have done. I've sat in front of the dryer like and I've just fallen asleep in a chair. Just so relaxing. Oh, it's an AC unit. The lawnmower. 2004 is new. It's the very last year that these ran. They ran from 2002. Yeah, already steaming up, yeah. And that's like with there not being that much humidity in there, because those towels are not that wet, but that's how hot they get. They're like, these are like thermonuclear, but the 99 series like got even hotter quicker. They were like very hot dry, but yeah, this is one machine, you know, any bacteria that didn't suffice through the that survived through a boil wash is definitely gone. Do you do a flop up rinse? Yes. Yeah, after every, especially after towels, but yeah, after every drying cycle I do a rinse. Cassata range wash dryer, yep, the WD-61 came in Cassata colours. It was one washer and one washer dryer. WD-61 and WM-63.
Hey, Reese. But just the hum of the motor is really nice. Obviously, this is meant to be an FHP model, but obviously GEC on there. And also set drive all other towels. It depends on the spin speed it's been spun at. Yeah, that's one thing that I like with me. I'm glad that I only wash cotton stuff technically, but like I mean synthetics is fine. The low dry. Nowadays though, fabrics are not even designed to like be dry high heat anymore. That's the problem. That's probably why a lot what thing they're doing with like heat pump dryers. These were for when fabrics were built, you know, were designed a lot, you know, more heat resistant and whatnot. But yeah, she's on a little dolly board, so I can just move her around when needs be. You get the pump chugging a little bit, which is nice. Lurkins out of tongue dry. Yeah, there was a TL62. It was. There's one washer, one dryer, one washer dryer. There was a fridge and a freezer and a dishwasher in the Cassata range. I'm keeping an old machine running. Oh, I love it. Especially when I remember being a kid and seeing these in Curry, so it's like, it's kind of like a trip down memory lane for me, that I finally got one and saw what it's all about. I'm all for this as a dryer fan. The funny thing is, right, the 99 series used brushed dryer fans, but yeah. I mean, I can, hang on. I don't mind not being able to access the bathroom. I can. Gotta be careful of the bloody hose. There we go. So we can see her a bit, but I can move her here. Oh, Comet was brilliant. Yeah, if you ever see like a Crusader dryer or a Proline dryer, that was from Comet. That was Comet exclusive models. Oh yeah. I've got a 14-year-old. Iconic. Oh, should be bending down like that, but yeah. Do you remember when Asda and Tesco saw washer dry? Yeah, I remember Tesco having the Pro Action in their stores. The one in Osterley had that. I remember that. I remember when Iceland used to sell appliances. I remember going in there in the early 2000s and seeing a Hoover AL150 there. And I remember they had Iceland's like fridge freezer range were called Iceline. You can still find a lot of them actually. Right, I was thinking what we could do.
So, how hot is it in there now? I don't know. I know it gets to about 120 in now, something 110. Right. You know how these machines are from, like, you can get these as IKEA Renlegs because you have to reassemble themselves. So look, we're gonna do some washing, yeah. So you put your clothes in there, and then you have to hold the door there yourself. So there you go. Ah, there you go. That's all perfect. And you turn the dial. There you go. It's 24, which is 24 is a spin, isn't it? Yeah. There you go. And then you press the start button. There you go. And then it has a door like an Asco, see? There you go, that's how it works. That's a self-assembly washing machine. It's a Miele. It's a Miele W3. Look. Let's see how. Hang on. I'll take it off. There you go. And it's the new machines now, right? So they're detachable. You now take the fascia with you wherever you go. So, hang on. It could be. Let's do this. Hang on. So you could be in the kitchen making food, and you say you have your machine in the other room. You just hold that with you, or you could put it in your pocket like that. Hang on. And then you just go, oh, it's ready. So you got to carry that around with you. Or you could carry it around your neck like that, right? You know, put like a strap around it. Well, actually, here we go. There you go. So if I go to work and I'm doing my washing, I'll just take that with you. There we go. And that's it. You take it with you. It's a mobile machine. We'll see if it actually fit. No, I'm gonna break my fucking jeans if I do that. Sod the way. Dude. No, it won't be. Fucking hell. It didn't even break. Fucking hell. Make better. Only a bit of it is actually. Only a bit of it is actually strong. I like how I just winged it and did that and didn't even know if it was going to break something. See, the only thing is it sounds you don't get any steam out of the drawing, but gosh, you're acting like me now. No, Josh, you should have seen me when I was taking it apart. Everything that was coming off was like every screw was followed by "oh fuck, bastard, prick." That's all you could hear off me. Oh, I've had it with this piece of shit and everything. Like, that's all you can. Yeah, I was going mad taking it apart. Trying to move it one-handed. What's I going to do? Oh yeah, I was going to show the condenser. Do you like the TM? What's the TCM 65? What on earth's wrong with the toilet? It needs a new seat. Oh yeah, I think Reece showed this once. You take this bit off the back. There you are. You can see the water that comes out the condenser. Cold water. This is getting warm from there. Top line 60. Oh, I'm not really far. Oh, no, those ones I never liked the last range of the WMAs with the square doors. There we are. But yeah, that's what covered. That's what that is. If you ever, it just covers up that. Funny thing is, it has got the extra thing there. Oh, complaining about. Heated towel rack, but electric. And yeah, so I use this to measure out
like what's suitable size for washing and drying. Fuck. Shit. There we are. I always like this design because the Creeder's got that as well. I think Jordan broke the toilet off his meatballs. Well, yeah, I'll have a look at the Creeder because like similarities there. There you go. Yes, he has that on the side as well. I do love that. Yeah, Cassandra Mark II. Look at that. Hang on. Woo! I thought we got the metal drum rim on this rather than the plastic. Oh yeah, I always advise people, if you ever strip down a machine for parts that's got this spring around the door seal to hold the tub, save that. Especially if you're going to work on the door seal on like a Candy Hoover, because we know how much of a bastard it is to try and put the seals back on those. This is what, when, oh, what was it? When I had that Vision Dynamic one, the door seal came off it, I couldn't for the life of me put the metal band back. I'd save one of these off an Indus at IWC. It was the best decision I ever made to put that on there. I've also saved the suspension as well, the shock absorbers. And then I always like these, the feet off them. They're like little gear cogs. So yeah, it's nice to have a little selection of spares. Well, there's the AEG. Yeah, this is the bloody Bosch that's gone yellow. So Reese is going to get me a door. It needs a new lid. That was what came off the Classics 1200 that I had temporarily, and that needs to go back on the back. It's the WM63 had a metal drum rim. Yeah, so did the Cassata. It was retrofitted. It must have been fitted under warranty because they didn't have that back in thing. But yeah, your WM will, because it was from the same era as this. I don't know why they put that on it. There was a reason, but I don't know what. I was just always more crazy about the Creeder models for some reason. The fact that it's good, like just having that on there. But yeah. Indus's yellow. More the paint on that's yellow than anything though. Yeah. Always like these ones with the way the lid is done. Which machine washes your trainers? None. I never wash. Well, technically it's boots I wear, so they're meant to be waxed. But no, I never put any of them in there. Oh yeah, look, this is a timer off a 9.5 series. 219903. That's from a new generation, technically. That is from like 1983. I don't know what happened to Jacob. He just went rogue, he did, and whatnot. We all know what motor that is, don't we? I'm yet to find a 1400 one spare. That'd be really good if I did find one. If I throw a Welling motor out of the insert of my aunties and uncles, that slimline one that died, that was the motor out of it that they saved for me. I don't know why, but it's a Welling motor, so I'm probably never going to have to need to use that. What other motors have I got here? I've got two FHP motors. This one, I think, was out the WD64. And the other one is from the from the Creeder. That's got brushes in it. Ah, right, no. So that one's from... No, there's no brushes in that. Okay, that's off the WD64 then. The Creeder one's still got the brushes in. What else we got? Also got the ACC motor. You've got more GEC motors. That's a WM one. That's a 9.5 one because it's got an adjustable tachometer. The other one's off a WM with the Pekka system on it. This, if anyone is wanting a motor for a WT960 or so, because I saved this for someone. I think it was Charlie for his Ariston, but he never needed it in the end. So,
Which one did you show first? I'm not sure what one it was. Oh, and also, this is from the Hoover Softwave. Another FHP there. This is the one that's got a pecker system on it. And this one, I'm sure people will know might remember what motor this is. I don't know if you know. It's not an FHP motor. I don't know if the 8 pins on there give away anything. This one, I do love the brushless motor, something the UK built 3-phase. Yeah, that's heavy. You might see that. That's an AEG motor. I'm sure people know. I'm sure a lot of you might remember what that's from. If you didn't know, that was from that Creeder washer dryer that I had. The one that was a total shipwreck. Oh, that's a pulley off the 9530, that is. So I got a lot of parts keeping around. We also have a dead carcass hand here. That was meant for Halloween and I never used it. This is the A3060's original tub. It's not compatible with the new bearings that the machine has. These were for the taper bearings, not the roller bearings. I have a Creeder dryer and it identifies a model which captures energy fast. The engine came fitted a clip to then starts off that thing. Oh, right. Was it like a 2004 model then? Yeah. Yeah, Creeder XL1200. Yeah, it's taken... I remember when it literally was just these two in the collection. I remember it was just this machine. And now it's erupted into all this. I'm glad about, really. So, yeah. I need to sort out everything there a bit. Yeah, it's a bit hectic. And that's the wash basket there. I thought I'd show you all that rather than just keeping you in front of the WD-64. I also have vacuum cleaners as well. I've got a Vax 111 and a 6131T. I've got a Dyson DC01 distill, a DC04 distill. That needs a new motor because the motor burnt out on that. I don't know what happened. I have 2 more in here. I have a DC01 Antarctica Solo. And I have a DC04, which the bloody handle snaps on it. I have the handle, but I am going to get a new one because she needs a new hose anyway. Pneumatic Basil, NB200, Medivac. I have a new vac there. I don't think anyone knew about. It's like George, but she needs a complete overhaul. Oh, hang on. Right, this is what happens when you. This is what happens when you don't select spin. So we just distribute. Do you like and do you have any wet and dry? Yeah, I've got 4 wet and dry vacuums now. The 2 Vaxes, and the 2 pneumatics. So yeah, this is what this machine will do without thermospins. So it's actually quite good. It does what like the later ones do. What size is dry run? Just literally straight up high heat with I think 70 minutes is what I put this on for. Then I know you're getting a full hour of heat. So I do like the fact we do this. I've had a Kirby. No, I've used one at British Heart Foundation. I think I've used one at I think Dorian's got one. My God, I need to film some more. I need to film more of his vacuums. I need to do vacuum videos again. I need to get tools and accessories for the Vax 111, and then I can use that. But that's what we do when we don't enable the spin. I guess good because it's blowing hot air into the Senator. Yeah, the Senator as a load, yes. Definitely into the Senator. You got it right, Josh. You got it right. And she stopped. You got a Henry? No. I do want a Henry Micro though, but it's so hard trying to find the like 2006-ish one. But that's what we do. Right, this is going to go on for like another hour, so I'm probably going to end it. It's 2:11 here now. thought I'd have you guys on for that. I wanted to do a live stream. We're heading to London today or tomorrow. Yeah. Do you have an ASCO? You've just seen my entire collection. No, I did have an ASCO at one point, but I doubt I'll ever get another one again because they are practically impossible to find here. Please stay, Brandon. I'm getting freaking tired, man. No, I would say for you guys, but like, it's just, it's like got another, this is like literally got like another 50 minutes to go. Yeah, my ASCO went. I would love an ASCO, but finding an actual ASCO on UK soil is just very hard. Yeah, I only just noticed it's 211, even though I didn't as well. See, that's how much fun I'm having chatting with you guys, but yeah. I'll let this thing do her thing, and then she'll dry the other half, and then, you know. But yeah. Thank you guys for joining this. 171 minutes we've done. Bloody hell. Which ASCO did you have? What wrong? It was a W6661 Quattro. It had an earth leakage problem because it was all corroded inside. The solenoid went on it and something broke inside the door trim. Basically, I got quite a bad electric shock off it. Enough to throw me across the room. Yeah. I went and it had, yeah, and then it was blowing every fuse that I put into it, so in the end it just sadly went. It was a shame, it was a drop down door model. But the problem was with it being a drop down door model, in the kitchen I used to have, it just was impossible to use and have that down. It blocked access to half the cupboards because it would stick out. I mean, I'd do anything for an ASCO again, but I'd love the ASCO 2000. Yeah, I've only got one video on it. It's like, I think I called it like the Mystery Fifth Machine or something, 2019. It was so good at 1600. It was the best 1600 spin I've ever used. I miss it dearly. But sadly, finding an ASCO in the UK is just so hard. Like, even the 1600 one, it was just, that's what's the sad part. They hold. Exactly, and it's very powerful, and it does a burst at 1500 before. Everything came out like even drier than the Hoover SIX. I was just, I was devastated about it. But the problem was, it was like all the metal was corroded inside so bad it was falling apart. Because the owners who had it in Australia, because it came from Australia. Basically, it was just, and it also been in like shipping for like 3 months, so it was just, yeah, it was such a shame. I do miss it still to this day. But yeah, that was it. I did want the 2000 RPM one though. My god, what a intense machine that'd be. I don't think the neighbours would appreciate it though. I mate, you and your videos old. Have you kept the balls nut one? Nope, the entire machine got scrapped. Only because I knew I'd never find another ASCO in the UK. So it's kind of a bit of a shame. But oh well, what can you do? Some things disappear and don't last. A bit like how I should have saved the speed controller out of the 953OW and put it on Barbara. Because she'd have had way more powerful ramp ups. No, this machine's actually making me sleepy. Actually getting really hot now. I can feel the top of the machine getting hot. About 20 minutes and the temperature does get up quite a bit. Right guys, well, thank you. You guys have all been great joining. I will do more, especially because, like, you know, it's nice. I mean, it'd be nice if I get Jordan on it one day, you know, to actually do one together. You could do one of Becky and I could have whatever is in the kitchen at the time. Yeah. V. Good night. Cheers guys. I'll see you on if Reese does any live streams. Hopefully he does. I'll join you on there. Janet, go live on TikTok. Sell some stuff for us. My Mancunian friend. Right, where is... Yes, I do want to end it.